Unit 10. Force, Work and Energy. In day-to-day life, we used to do many types of work like carrying objects from one place to another, lifting heavy weights, etc. A person must need energy to do work. Some work will be hard to do. At that time, we use simple machines to do that work. We use simple tools to do work, and that type of tools are known as simple machines. In general life, we use simple machines, tools like a pair of scissors, screwdriver, spanner, bottle opener, etc. They help us to do our work quickly and easily. Pull or push is called force. A bicycle moves when we push the pedal. Pulls or pushes move things. Simple machines. Machines like spanner, lever, screwdriver, screw, wheel and axle and pulley are called simple machines. Lever, screwdriver, screw, wheel and axle, pulley, simple machines. Some simple levers. Generally used tools like spanners, screwdrivers, hammers, forceps, spilers are forms of levers. For understanding, consider one activity. Activity. Take a small sack and fill it with 8 kgs of stones. Tie a rope of sack and form a ring-shaped rope. Now try to lift the sack. It is too heavy to lift up. So, use a long, strong bamboo stick and pass the stick through ring rope as shown in figure. This stick is used as supporter and is called lever. We can lift heavy stones by using long rods. You might have seen some labor workers using rods to dug soil and to move heavy loads. A man trying to move the load. The supported point at which lever moves is called fulcrum. The force applied on the lever is known as effort. Stick is used as lever. Rod is used as lever. Types of levers. We are having 3 types of levers basing on the position of the fulcrum F, the load L and the effort E. When fulcrum is placed in between the load and effort, they are called first-class levers. Example: scissors, hammers, hand pump, etc. Plant cutter, hammer, wire cutter. When load is placed in between the fulcrum and the effort, they are called second-class levers. Example: bottle openers, trolley, etc. Bottle opener, trolley, lemon squeezer. In the third-class levers, the effort is in between the fulcrum and the load. For example, our arm, stapler, shovel, fishing rod, etc. Stapler, shovel, fishing rod. Inclined plane. A plane which is inclined, elevated, is like a slope to do some works easily. We use slopes at the entrance of our home to carry vehicles like scooters, cars through slope. Inclined plane. In some hospitals, slopes are constructed in such a way to shift patients from one floor to another. It is easier to walk through the slope than the steps. In your school, you might have ladder and slide to play. Are you enjoyed sliding over it? Ladder and slide. Pulley. A pulley is a circle, round-shaped wheel with a groove around its edge. The groove is molded in such a way that it can hold a rope. The load is placed on one side of the rope, whereas effort on other side of the rope. When we pull the rope, the wheel of the pulley turns. The load which is placed on the other side will be lifted up in a simple way. We have two types of pulleys. 1. Fixed pulley. 2. Movable pulley. Well, fixed pulley. It is fixed at one point. For example, if you want to lift heavy weights, we use fixed pulley. In this fixed pulley, load is placed on one side and effort is applied on the other end. When the rope is pulled, the weight moves up. The work is done in an easy way through fixed pulleys. Crane. In flag hoisting, the flag is tied to a rope which goes around the pulley. The pulley is fixed to the top of the flagpole. If you pull the other end of the rope downwards, the flag is raised up. Flagpole. Movable pulley. These pulleys are also used to pull heavy weights. Movable pulleys are supported by two sections of the rope. They help us to reduce the effort. A combination of fixed and movable pulleys are used. Movable pulley. Wheel and axle. In daily life, we cross over many types of vehicles like scooters, cycles, cars, trains, and buses. Usually a rod is connected to a wheel. The rod is known as axle. The combination of wheel and axle constitutes a simple machine. But wheel is not a machine. A wheel is attached to an axle. The wheel and axle arrangements are used to lift loads and do other works. Wheel and axle. A cycle consists of an axle rod which is connected to a wheel, and a chain is used to move the cycle forward with the help of crack wheels, tooth wheels. Sewing machine, grinding machine, wet grinders, steering wheel of a car, bus are the best examples of wheel and axle machines. Cycle chain with tooth wheels. Screw. Screw is also a kind of simple machine used to hold things together tightly. Activity. Take a white paper and cut it in the shape as shown in figure. Mark the inclined plane with red color. Now wrap the paper to a pencil as shown. You will observe that red colored edge of paper appears like a screw. So, screw is the form of winding inclined plane. When a screw is placed on a top of a wooden piece and turned round, it goes inside the wood. Bolt and nut is a type of arrangement like screw. When the nut is turned on the bolt, the nut climbs up or down. This principle is used in the screw jack. Screw jack is used to lift heavy vehicles when punctured. Bolt and nut. Wedge. It is a simple machine with a sharp edge at its end. An axe or knife is a wedge. Axe is used to cut trees. The sharp blade helps in splitting. Blade, knife, axe. Compound machine. A group of different types of simple machines is called a compound machine. Wristwatch, wall clocks, bicycles are examples of compound machines. Energy. Energy is the ability to do work. It is found in many forms. A fan works on electrical energy. A motorcycle runs on energy provided by fuel such as petrol. Not only machines, even our body also needs energy to do work. Food, electricity, petrol, coal, wood are some of the sources of energy. Water and wind are also sources of energy which are used to move big machines and produce electricity. But sun provides energy to every other source of energy on the earth. There will be sunlight till the sun shines. Sources of energy such as wind, water, and sunlight will never run out. Earth gets heated by sunlight. It gives rise to wind and every time it rains. So, these are renewable sources of energy. But sources such as coal, petrol, which are used as fuel, do not form continuously. They will be finished one day. They are called non-renewable sources of energy. If energy will not be saved, we will have to face severe consequences. So, the sources of energy must be saved. A. Do not waste fuel. B. Use public transport instead of private vehicles. C. Use low power bulbs. D. Try to make use of solar energy whenever possible, which is an unlimited source. Let's revise the important points. 1. We use simple tools to do work, and that type of tools are known as simple machines. 2. Pull or push is called force. 3. The supported joint at which lever moves is called fulcrum. The force applied on the lever is known as effort. 4. There are 3 types of levers basing on the position of the fulcrum, F, the load, L, and the effort, E. 5. Pulleys are of two types, fixed and movable. 6. A group of different types of simple machines is called a compound machine. 7. There are two types of sources of energy, renewable and non-renewable. Do these. 1. Answer the following questions. Conceptual understanding. 1. How many types of levers are there? Explain with examples. Answer. There are 3 types of levers, basing on the position of the fulcrum F, the load L, and the effort E. When fulcrum is placed in between the load and effort, they are called first-class levers. Example: scissors, hammers, hand pump, etc. When load is placed in between the fulcrum and the effort, they are called second-class levers. Example: bottle openers, trolley, etc. In the third-class levers, the effort is in between the fulcrum and the load. For example, our arm, stapler, shovel, fishing rod, etc. 2. What is a pulley? Write about fixed pulley with an example. Answer. A pulley is a circle, round-shaped wheel with a groove around its edge. The groove is molded in such a way that it can hold a rope. The load is placed on one side of the rope, whereas effort is another side of the rope. Fixed pulley is fixed at one position. For example, if we want to lift heavy weights, we use fixed pulley. When the rope is pulled, the weight moves up. The work is done in an easy way through fixed pulleys. 3. Describe wheel and axle arrangement. Give examples. Answer. In daily life, we cross over many types of vehicles. Usually, a rod is connected to a wheel. That rod is known as axle. The combination of wheel and axle constitute a simple machine. Sewing machine, grinding machine, wet grinders, steering wheel of a car, bus are the best examples of wheel and axle machines. 4. What is called a compound machine? Give examples. Answer. A group of different types of simple machines is called a compound machine. Wristwatches, wall clocks, bicycles are examples of compound machines. 5. Write a short note on energy. Answer. Energy is the ability to do work. It is found in many forms. Food, electricity, petrol, coal, wood are some of the sources of energy. Water and wind are also sources of energy. But sun provides energy to every other source of energy on the earth. Sources of energy such as wind, water, and sunlight will never run out. So, these are renewable resources of energy. But sources such as coal, petrol do not form continuously. They will be finished one day. They are called non-renewable sources of energy. If energy will not be saved, we will have to face the severe consequences. So, the sources of energy must be saved. 2. Fill in the blanks. Conceptual understanding. 3. Write T for true or F for false statements. Conceptual understanding. Oh, do you know? The Great Pyramids of Egypt, one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, were constructed in 2600 BC. It was believed that they have used high earth ramps to lift large stones into that position. 5. Project work. Ask the students to collect the pictures of simple and compound machines and stick them in their project book.